you not to believe in the religion of God and your own people? What right you have not to believe? It unites you. It makes you a better person. Take these brothers here who probably want you to drink liquor and beer, gamble and whatnot. Look at them sitting up here, ministers now. You won't see them doing that anymore. Look at these sisters that used to be out there that was very wild. Look at them now, walking around looking like angels, and they are angels, right? If what Elijah's teaching makes a better person than Christianity, then how do you say that he's teaching something other than good? If good works is following what he's teaching, then you cannot say that he's teaching something other than good. If he makes a person better than you can make one, then you cannot say that he's misleading the people. That's right. If I take a drunkard out of the street from the curbstone and teach him, and he won't drink no more, and he go to your church with a bottle of liquor in his pocket, you can't stop him from drinking. That's right. Then all right, then who look like is making a better person out of the people, you or I? If I find a girl out there in the streets that is a prostitute, and I take her and teach her Islam, and that she become almost a virgin, all right, and you can't do it in the church. That's right. Then am I teaching the people wrong, or you teaching them wrong? Think about it. Those that I get out there, they said they once was members of the church. That's right. That's right. Right? That's right. All right, if I take one out of the streets there, used to know hog bones and hog jones and whatnot, and eat pigtails at dinner time in his beans and greens. All right, now tell him that the book says here, the Bible and the Holy Quran teaches that you shall not eat that flesh. That's right. And we Muslims don't eat it, and he quits right away. And he been eating it and has been sacrificing it in the church, boiling it right in the basement of the church. Right. And also he has been cooking it and selling it in the church. That's right. Well, now he won't even touch it. Well, is he following the teachings of the Bible more rightly, or you? That is the eating it in the church. The Bible teaches you, thou shalt not even touch the carcass of that animal. Right. Not only to eat it, but don't even touch it. Now, all right then. Well, if you say you are right by breaking the law of God, and we say we are right by obeying the law of God, then who is right? Right. You are. Think over these things. You must settle down to believing the truth, acting upon the principles of the truth, or settle down and say, I'm not of the truth. Of the truth. You've got to admit one or the other, because this is true. I was born. My father was a Baptist preacher for 42 years. I was born in the church. My grandfather was a Baptist preacher. I was born in the church almost, just a few paces from the door. I was brought up in the church. When I first remembered the church, I was sitting on the preacher's knee listening to my father preach. Think over that. When I first knew myself. Now, if I were brought up in the church and my father preached the religion for 42 years, and then he joined me and followed me to his death at the age of 81 and declared himself that Islam was the only religion of truth. My mother was a sanctifier. She wouldn't eat the pig, but she didn't understand the Bible as she thought she understood. She carried it with her every Sunday. I hope you will do something. Stop crying and let me talk. She herself, after a few days wrestling with her with the scripture, she says, son, you're right. I believe. She come over and she followed me to her death. She died at the age of 88. She died last year. All right. Now, my sisters, my brothers, some of them tried to resist at first, but all right, before it was over, all of them that is living today, of my brothers and sisters, they all follows me.
Thank you. Thank you.
My wife was my first convert. And if your wife will believe with you, you know she know you pretty well. All right. My wife was my first convert. She's with me today as a strong believer. And my mother died one of the strongest believers I had. My brother, who was 7 years older than I, he died a strong believer. My sisters, they all was older than I. I didn't have a sister on me. I have 2 sisters dead and 3 yet alive, and they all followed me. They all followed me. Their children's followed me. And all right, if they had not known that this was the truth and that God had changed me and that God had visited us and brought to us the truth, you wouldn't get your kin people. Your kin people is the last one to believe in me. So I have beaten the prophets of old. I gotten all of mine to believe me. And if you find any one of my kin people out there that say that they don't believe in me, you bring him to me. If he's not following, he will say, I don't follow him, but I just can't live that life. But I believe him. He's right. He's right. I know him. I've been knowing him all his life. He's right. All right, my wife's father. What about him? He's now around 88. He just joined up with me last year. Now he's a follower of mine. He was a deacon of the church for 40 years. A deacon of the Methodist. Well, I don't say a deacon, but what you call them over there in the Methodist church anyway, that's what he was. Something holding an office like deacons in yes, that's, you all know what they are. A steward, well, that's what he was. But now he's with me, and he's changed up, he's more healthier, and he's more happier, and he will tell you he feels better than he ever felt in his life. All right, take me for an instant, that I've been preaching to you now near 3 hours or more, and I have not drank a drop of water, have I? I have not eaten a mouthful of food today. No, I will eat after I'm through teaching. Do I talk like I'm hungry? No. Do I talk like I'm weak? No. All right. I'm not drinking water. I'm standing up here teaching. And if I teach all night, I won't ask you for a drop of water.